I make between 80 and 100K by myself.
You're scraping by.
And I can, yeah. So it's like to have a whole family and a house and like,
Totally.
that's not enough.
Okay, I have another question. Listen, would you rather cross paths with a random man or a random bear on a hike? Random.
Okay.
Starting with you, Chair 1.
Set me out on the hike. How far am I from civilization?
I mean,
black bear or brown bear?
Doesn't matter. They're
so
both equally angry.
it's random. Let's just say you're on like
Bear got kids. Is the man like a gay like hey, or is he like a scruffy guy like?
The man is just like a random man that you would pass on the street.
Which street, bro? There's a lot of types of men out there. There's a lot of bears out there. Polar bear versus random like San Francisco gay dude. I'd always choose the gay dude. But if we're talking black bear versus some random Chicago tweaker, yeah, I'm gonna choose the black bear.
The point is that it's random, so you don't know.
It's random, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's totally.
Do I have a weapon on me?
Well, you're hiking, so.
So I'd probably on my hikes I have taken knives with me.
Okay.
No weapon.
No
weapon? Whew, okay. Fuck.
It's like a regular hiking trail.
Okay, I can out-climb a bear.
Yeah, you're a good climber.
I'm a good climber, so I'm actually gonna choose. I'm gonna choose the bear simply because I have more survival. I have a higher survival rate with a bear.
Why do you think that?
I can climb like a motherfucker.
But you're not. So bears can climb.
And they can't. No, you make a good point. I've actually come across a bunch of bears in Colorado, and most of them they've been chill. They're pretty similar to gators, actually. They just kind of square you up, unless they got kids or unless they're a brown bear. But if we're thinking average bear is a black bear. Black bears, as long as you ain't fuck with them, they ain't fuck with you. So I'm gonna go with the bear.
Okay.
That's just my standpoint.
What's your answer?
It's a person.
The man.
Yeah, the man.
Okay.
The man.
The man all day, every day.
The man.
Man.
The man all the way.
Okay.
So I actually got chased by a black bear up a mountain in New Hampshire, so I know firsthand that I'm gonna choose the man.
So you're the only one that picked bear, and you picked bear because why? You think the random man is more of a threat?
It depends. If both of them had a threatening demeanor, I think I could outrun a bear before I could outrun a man. You know what? You're probably right, because I've never been chased down by a bear, so I truthfully don't know.
You might not be able to outrun either, honestly.
Yeah, good point. But I'd rather die from bear than die from man.
What did you do to like?
How did I survive the bear attack? So, literally ran for a mile up this mountain. It took forever, and I almost like gave up and sacrificed myself to save my dog. Like I was just so tired. But I was with a guy, and he chopped up a branch and started just whipping them at the bear. And one of them got the bear in the forehead, and it ran up a tree and left us alone.
Okay, so you think the random man is more of a threat? Basically, is what you're saying?
To an extent, yeah.
Why?
It's very situational.
Why do you think that?
Maybe it's 'cause you ever like walk through the Fort Lauderdale Bright Line station at like 3 a.m?
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Then
again, though, actually, you know what? I will have to change my answer if it's a hiking situation. Most male hikers I've met, they're pretty chill. So if it's a hiking situation, I guess I'd choose that.
If you're on a hike, I was gonna say, what type of men do you typically see on a hike? Like, usually when
you're right,
hike,
yeah. I get some like Gregory Alan Isakov type.
And they're very friendly.
I was thinking like average city male and city bear, but like male hikers, they can be chill. I've had some great conversations with male hikers on the top of a 14er, dude. What if it's a koala bear? Aha, I didn't think of that, did you? Sorry.
Don't. Yeah, don't read them.
My fault.
So, but like a city man is like a regular man too. Like, what do you mean?
All I'm saying is that when I randomly walk down the streets of Fort Lauderdale and I see a man, I'm in a lot more of a threat than I'm walking down a random trail and I see a man. So I didn't put that into perspective of we're on a hike. So you know what? Sure, I'll choose the man. I could probably juke out the man, but when it comes to like threat, a man can do a lot worse things to me than a bear can.
But like, why do you think the man would potentially be a threat?
It's just the way that I was conditioned. I don't hate men at all, but I naturally fear men
Why?
because of what has been done to me by men in the past. It's not all men, but in my case, it's always been a man.
How many men do you think would be a threat?
You want me to give you like a percentage?
Sure, yeah.
20%, but that's enough for me to be afraid. That's pretty much it. Because it's happened before. And I'd rather just not take the risk. I'd rather just get ripped to shreds than to bear a to-do list. Oh, wait, sorry.
All right, I'm back here.
Welcome
I
back.
couldn't help but notice, conveniently, you claim you're not very feminine, but, well, I'll get to that in a bit. It was convenient when I stepped away. It was only at that moment when I wasn't here to defend myself, defend the podcast, that you wanted to do this sisterhood thing of basically trying to throw the show, my name, myself, under the bus. I find that very convenient, typical feminine strategy, reputation destruction, especially when somebody's not there to defend themselves. Now that I've returned to the table, though,
That was not my intention. I apologize.
you seemed like conveniently when, and Felicity's not, no offense to Felicity, but she's not particularly equipped to make a defense of the whatever podcast. So again, conveniently, while I was gone, you chose, despite, what are we at? We've been streaming for nearly 4 hours now. You've had plenty of opportunity to raise your criticisms. The moment you chose to raise your criticism happened to be the moment I was briefly away from the table. Why don't I engage you on your criticism then? Go ahead.
For sure. Okay. For one, it's everything down to all bright white lights. I understand we're given water and everything, but there's something about being in here for, maybe this is just because of my ADHD brain, but like seated here for 7 hours at a time in constant interrogation, in constant conversation, in constant debate. That's the reason I've taken a couple steps out, is just because the way my attention span works, I really can't stay like this for a while. And I've talked to a couple girls and they kind of say the same thing. Like I said, I understand that this is supposed to be a discussion, but it seems like every question has some sort of ulterior motive. But you know what? To be fair, then again, I didn't look at any of these podcasts coming in before. I thought this was a dating podcast. Like, y'all were gonna ask us some silly, crazy questions about like some dating experiences. But we're really doing like a deep dive into feminism. And to be honest, I'm not equipped for this. I was not mentally prepared to dive into a whole debate on gender roles. And you know what? Although I'm rolling with the punches, to be honest, my brain's fried, dude. I've been traveling nonstop. And
This has fried
10
your
hours
brain?
straight.
Okay.
10 hour, dude,
Any
10
other-
hours total sleep over the course of a week. So
Okay.
every time I pause on like an answer, it's like, oh, you're done. I'm like, no, dude, I'm just tired, man. Like, I don't know. There's something a little like, I don't know, there's a lot of like police interrogation tactics, like the bright overhead lights going right on you, like 7 hours straight. You're sitting here just having the same exact conversation. It's like, damn, man, let me have a smoke break or some shit. Oh, you're right. Maybe I do need a smoke break.
Okay, so
But those are my just general
bright
criticisms.
lights feels like you're in a police interrogation. I mean, the lighting is so bright in here. I typically first off, this is like a Hollywood movie trope. The swinging light at the dark room, total
Yeah.
trope. Maybe that was the case in the 80s. Maybe. If you actually look at like modernity, you look at modern police interrogations, the room is lit. So I don't understand that. The bright lights, I don't know if you've ever been on a film set, but
not.
these are actually, while bright,
They could be brighter, I'm aware of that, yeah.
actually, there's way more like, I don't know if you've ever done anything on stage
sir.
where the lights are literally blinding and you can't even see the audience.
Yeah.
I don't really understand the criticism about the lights. you said you were anticipating talking about dating.
Yeah, I thought it was, I
Almost
honestly
everything.
thought it was going to be like some really silly conversation. I was not equipped to dive right
That's
into
great.
all this, so you kind of caught me off guard with a lot of these questions, and I will be
Okay.
honest with you, like
So I'll address that. So I mean,
I should have done my research. That's on me. I thought this was going to be like some real silly, just casual banter. I was not equipped.
how could that possibly be the case when you even admitted yourself that you talked to 3 girls or a few girls who had been on the show before? So on one hand, you're playing this sort of game where you say, well, Brian, I didn't know what I was getting into. But on the other hand, you talked to girls who've been on the show who told you what you're getting into. Secondly,
I talked to them literally a couple hours before then, so I had like 2 hours to be like,
right.
oh shit.
Now, I actually dispute, though, that we haven't been talking about dating. We've actually pretty much only talked about dating for the vast majority of the show. All that stuff about money, I presented a really compelling case for why it's actually really related to dating.
No, it is.
Money
I
is
see
related
that.
to dating. All the feminism stuff, it was still within the lens and framework of a dating conversation.
Yeah.
I could go, like, if we're having a feminism debate, if I started going off and like, oh, the 18 whatever Seneca Falls Convention and blah, 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 and I'm trying to think of some other stuff. If we start getting into like draft conversations and like
Yeah.
women's suffrage in the 1920s,
It's all in the lens of dating, and I understand.
then we could be like, okay, we're getting a little bit off of dating.
Yeah, no, I understand.
But the conversation has been pretty much about like gender roles, dating, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a confusion there. I guess, though, I mean, I don't know if you reiterated this, people are free to get up and step away from the table if you want to use the bathroom. We're not, so people can take breaks. It sounded like when I was away, you were saying we're not allowed break. People can take breaks.
I didn't say
You've gotten up a couple times. Other people have gotten up a couple times. We have food back there. We fed you guys.
Appreciate that.
So I don't really think that this is really a fair characterization at all. Got pizza. There's a bunch of snacks back there.
Actually, I might take you up on that. I have not eaten today.
So, but like, is
thank
it
you for the food,
typical?
actually.
Is it typical in police interrogations that you're provided with breaks whenever you want? You have a really snazzy bathroom. You're given food.
You know, you do make a valid point. I don't have any rebuttal against that,
And also,
because you do have a good point.
Any of you, we'd like you guys to stay, but if any of you were like, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm leaving. You're not detained. None of you are detained. None of you here. Like, you can't just walk out of a police interrogation. Well, I guess
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into the. I mean, if you can be arrested and being interrogated, in which case you're not free to leave. Anyways, that's kind of besides the point.
all good.
What was your other criticisms?
Honestly, that was pretty much it.
So
Then again, it could be a factor of my ADHD brain and my sleep deprivation, so I will actually take you up on the bathroom break and the energy drinks. And I do
okay.
appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
I truly.
we're really just a jail here. We're just, with our energy drinks and our,
it's so bad I'm getting confined.
our pizza, and I'm just confused about the bright lights. Didn't you say something about water? Like,
No.
Felicity's gotten you refills like 4 times or something.
No, that's not what I mean. I said no. I said we absolutely do get water and we do get food, but there's just something about the environment and the atmosphere that I don't know, man.
That's why.
It's maybe I'm just not used to the Hollywood shit, dude. This is probably how every podcast is run, but this is the first time I've gone on an 8-hour long podcast like this, so maybe this is how it's all supposed to be.
Maybe that's why the wage gap exists. Well, I don't think it actually exists, but I think most men would be just chilling, having a conversation for 8 hours. In fact, shouldn't women be better attuned to just sitting around having a conversation? I don't think it's particularly physically hard
No,
to do
I'm not
it.
that good at sitting in one place for too long.
Right.
I get very jumpy.
my
That's
other-
just me. So
My other question here is, you
I'm
you had
diagnosed.
reached out, you DM'd us asking to put you on the show. As far as there should have been perhaps an effort on your part to have watched the show that you requested to be on and flew all the way from Florida to be here to do, and took a train and did XYZ to be here. Don't you think that says more about you than it would say about me?
it could.
Yeah, what is going on with the mic? You got to make me aware. I can't see the mic,
Yo,
so
I'm
you got to
sorry,
let
I'm
me.
sorry.
You got to let me know.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, just leave the mic where it is, please.
Yes, sir.
So, isn't that more a lacking on your part than anything that I'm doing on the podcast?
To an extent, yes.
Like, you asked to be on the show, you saw Kybra's clip. Like, that was clearly the clip that you saw with Kybra, clearly like a contentious adversarial conversation that we were having with her. So I don't understand where the confusion here is.
Yeah, you're right. To an extent, I'll be dead honest with you. I knew exactly what I was getting into, and I knew exactly there would come a point where
Oh,
I'm
so you
sitting here
lied?
with- What do you mean I lied?
Well, you hold on.
I didn't
On
do
one
like
hand,
intentional research.
but you
on
said
this.
you knew exactly what you're getting into, but then also didn't. I'm a little confused.
Well, I already
You're
see a pattern. For
you're
example,
contradicting
when you
yourself.
were setting up the table, I noticed that in the interview with Kybra, you had Kybra sitting specifically right here, which is very interesting that you put me right here as well. It seems like you also made comments about, well, aren't you homeless, bringing up a lot of personal things that had nothing to do with the concept of anything we were talking about. It just seems a lot of it was...
Well, what's the criticism of the positioning of where people? What's the issue with the positioning? And
I
then
don't
I'll
know,
do
there's
the.
just
I'll adjust the
there's
homeless
just some
thing.
weird alignments to it.
Weird.
Either way, I
Weird
feel like
alignments. What does that even
we're
mean?
running in circles.
No, we're not running in circles. I'm asking for clarification.
What is your next question, man?
Oh, are you stonewalling? Is this what you do in relationships? So I think it's perfectly fair if you're, yeah, I know, shocked. That's exactly what you're doing. I think it's perfectly fair if somebody accuses you of something to at least have some sort of evidence to be able to back it up. I'm simply asking what you brought up. Brian, you're toxic. You put people in certain
not say those
positions.
words, sir.
Okay,
Can I say something?
hold on
please?
one sec.
No, actually, I
So-
would like to listen to her talk because
Nah.
we're having a back and
Well,
forth,
I'm
and you
the
keep
host.
forgetting that there's a whole panel, man.
Well,
so I'm gonna take back and let you say what you have to say.
No,
Let the girl speak.
look,
man.
you're the one who brought this up. You conveniently again brought it up when I was gone and Felicity was here. Conveniently wanted to make a criticism when I was away. I'm here now. I think I'm not being particularly belligerent, but I'm challenging you on your assertions. I think it's fair for you to explain your criticism. I mean, this is really milquetoast pushback here. I have the kid gloves on conversationally.
I already said what I had to say, man.
But what about the positioning did you object to? That I'm confused there. Is there some grand conspiracy?
No, there is no grand conspiracy, man. There's no grand conspiracy. To be dead honest, I am really exhausted. I'm gonna grab another energy drink if that's okay, and I'll let y'all continue the conversation. I have to use the bathroom. If that, is that
seems
okay?
a bit like
Avoidant? Well, I've been having to pee for the past while, and I'm honestly so done with this, dude.
you're done because I'm giving you like a little bit of pushback on your criticisms of the show.
No, I just need to take a break. Is that okay?
I'm just asking you, what is the objection to the placement of people? I'm trying to understand what the objection there is.
No, it was just one of the weird alignments I noticed here. I mean,
What does that mean? I don't know what alignment means. What does that mean?
it's just something I noticed.
It feelsies.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
just the vibe.
Yeah, just the vibes, dude. No, dude. I'm sorry, sir.
I think it's a valid question. It was your claim. I'm asking for you to explain your position. I haven't even given you pushback on your position. I'm just
Use the
asking.
bathroom, please, ma'am.
All right, if you want to talk about it when you come back.
I'd love to, man.
I think she brought it up because the questions were about geography and world wars, history. So a lot of us haven't been in
well,
school
that-
for 10 plus years, which, that
Okay.
seemed like a gotcha. I think that was just her point in bringing it up once you left.
Felicity asks,
Yeah.
but you would acknowledge that was like a 3-minute filler conversation that she undertook while I was gone, and the
Yeah.
99% of the rest of the time of the podcast has been mostly
About dating, yeah.
dating
I agree.
related. So, you had something? Go ahead.
Yeah, look, I think she's young and I think she's inexperienced. And I've
sisterhood. Go ahead.
No, I mean, no, seriously though. I want to stand up for her because she's obviously brought up the fact that like she's had issues with men. And look, I think you've been nothing but respectful. I think you have done your part as a host. Like, I have absolutely nothing bad to say about you or anything that you've done. But I also want to kind of stand in the middle for her as well, because she's clearly uncomfortable. She's clearly young. You know, she's clearly inexperienced.
She wasn't uncomfortable when
She's
I was
uncomfortable.
gone.
No. She's uncomfortable.
When I was gone.
Hold on.
And she had no problem amongst the women who weren't going to push back.
She's uncomfortable with men. She's talked about it. I'm not saying.
Can I ask you a question? If I was black and she said she had a bad experience with a black person, that would be ever justification to say you're uncomfortable with a black person?
No, I'm not, and I'm not saying you've done anything
victimized
wrong.
her. I haven't victimized her. I'm not going to allow you to do this feminist thing where we're going to say
I'm not a feminist.
Because somebody has had a bad experience with men, that they can then map that onto all men in the same way that I would object if somebody's had a bad experience with a black person, that you can then map that onto all black people. That's racism. I'm against that. I'm also against sexism as it relates to men.
I understand. I'm just trying to quell things, and I can see that you're clearly irritated, which is fair.
Well, a little bit.
And which is fair. I'm like validating your feelings.
Well, I'm more upset that she won't.
How is this funny? This is not funny. She's clearly uncomfortable. She's like about to cry, you know. And I get
Well,
you're also uncomfortable and you're also perturbed. Like, I get it. I get both sides. However, like, just try to give her a little bit of a break. That's all I'm saying. It's not about feminism. I am not a feminist in any regard.
Well,
but like,
that's up for debate. But
I'm not.
Okay,
can anybody else say, like? Can anybody else like? I'm not pointing you out, and I'm not saying that you have done anything wrong at all.
I do think she is being very respectful, and it is
her or
her.
Yeah, she's not. She's not being disrespectful
At all.
I think just like we should just tone it down a notch and like restart.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I think none of you, like, if somebody's coming and making a claim against me, none of you here are gonna come to my defense. I think it's perfectly reasonable that, like, I don't think it's my frustration isn't so much with the content of what she's saying, it's that she's refusing to engage. Like, you think I'm a jerk. Why am I a jerk? I'm not going to tell you. Okay, well, I can't do anything with that. I want to explore why she thinks.
Can I
thinks.
can I give you a little feedback? I think it's
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. I think it's like based on your delivery. Once again, I
tone.
don't know.
The tone?
No,
Is it the tone?
it is your delivery.
The
And
tone
once
police
again,
it.
I don't think you've done anything wrong necessarily. I just think that she's extra sensitive. And
Well, I didn't like her tone either.
No,
I didn't like
fair.
her tone
That's
when I
fair.
was away from the table and she was like, you know what, fuck this podcast, basically. She didn't say that
I didn't know
verbatim, but
that,
that's
yeah.
the impression I
No,
got.
I think that's fair. You're in the right as well. I'm not telling you.
Okay,
you're not.
well, whatever. Her tone was her tone. I wanted to actually explore the content of what she was saying. The tone is kind of secondary to me.
Okay.
Did you have more?
No.
Okay.
You want to start with a different question?
Maybe some levity. Maybe like, I don't know.
No, it's always good for things to get interesting. But, yeah, I mean, look, my position is if somebody is going to forward a criticism, I think it's a bit cowardly when you ask them to back up. Why are you doing this?
Oh, because of what this person's saying, which is crazy.
Oh, the super
Yeah,
chat? Okay,
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't see the super chat.
Oh, yeah,
I
not
don't
you.
know.
Not you.
I do think if you ask somebody to defend their position and they like run away and they won't actually back it up with any evidence for the claim, yeah, I think that's a bit cowardly.
Fair.
Like I didn't want to get bogged down in this meta conversation. She brought it up. So if you bring something up, I'm going to want to address it. Like, simple as that.
Okay.
If you can't handle the heat, stay out of the kitchen.
No, understood. I get it. I mean, we're literally in a open forum, like debate setting. So like,
Yeah, but-
I get that. Absolutely.
If she didn't want to receive pushback, she probably shouldn't have voiced her criticisms.
I hear you.
Like if somebody accused you of murder, are you supposed to just say, you know what, yes, even if you didn't do it?
No.
You're right, I did commit murder. guilty as charged, put me in the execution chair.
No, of course
You would
not.
defend yourself, right?
Right.
Yeah. So in this case, I disagree with her assessment. I think it's fair for her to mount a defense of her position.
I think we should leave it there. And do you want to ask us like another question about the relationship stuff? Or you said you had some stuff written down. Did you want to start with
Well,
that?
I think is she returning?
I think she just needs a little break.
A break. Okay. Well, I mean, I will want some explanation upon return, but for the time being, I'm going to move on. There's some chats here. Yo, someone, thank you for the, looks like you bought some t-shirts. Felicity, one.
My bad. I'm actually rescuing a bee.
The fuck are you?
Rescuing
What?
a bee.
Okay, just
It was a bee, so I had to rescue it.
at the table or?
On the floor.
Okay. All right, trying to move things on, but draws my ire once more.
Teddy Westside 29 donated $200.
Felicity,
Chair,
you can
it
take
looks
the
like
seat.
an undercover cop. Chair 1, you drive a utility van. Chair 2 looks like she wants to punch Brian. Chair 6 fake smile. Felicity runs from police. Chair 4 5 are based.
Thank you.
Chair 2 looks like she wants to
Yes.
punch Brian.
I actually went to college to be a cop when I was
I could
20.
totally see that.
Good job, Teddy.
Well, I'm not going to punch you.
Sounds good.
Cool.
We do not condone violence on the whatever
And I
podcast.
don't want that either.
Nashunabo donated $200.
Thank you, man.
Bro Brian WTF. Why? C1 please, for the love of all that is holy. Shut up. You are complaining about being tired but you won't shut up. Attention seeking drama kids are the worst types of people on earth.
Is this a rage quit? I think it is. Milk toast pushback. Do you want to at least explain the rage quit? You want to come back for a moment
Don't quit. Don't quit.
Yeah, listen to her. Don't quit.
Come back.
It was a fun convo before that thing.
Look,
Are you?
we have your back. We have everybody's back. Let's just like.
No, they have your back. Don't worry. They don't have my back. They don't have my back. No, it's okay.
I just validated
I don't
your
need it. No, it's okay.
feelings.
Validate. What the fuck?
Yes, I did.
No, you
should
guys.
appreciate
I don't
that.
look. I don't need. You guys don't need to have my back. You can have her back. I don't care.
I
It
want
can
to
be
have.
unfair.
Well, it doesn't have to. Okay. Can I
Don't
say
worry,
something?
it doesn't
have to be one or the other. It can be both.
I know.
I can see your side. I'm a Libra, man. I just had a birthday. Like, come on. I can see both sides. Okay.
Do you want some applesauce?
I can see-
you want? We
I
got some.
can see both sides.
We have some
Come back.
applesauce. What do you want? Applesauce. What do we have? We have.
I want her to come back.
She can have a popsicle.
I'm not really used to like sitting in one place for like 8 hours straight with constant conversation. But you guys keep doing your thing.
Okay. Yeah. Just take a break.
Yeah.
Just.
Music. That's okay. I ain't rage, but I'm just taking a break.
Okay. That's fine. That's all good. Take a breather.
I want to give her a hug. Like she's crying, man. Like
Yeah.
I want to give her a hug.
That's the goal. Don't you understand?
No,
that?
no, no, no. It's
That's
not.
the goal.
It doesn't.
bruh.
But it
I
doesn't.
sat there for
Take
4
some
hours
accountability.
straight.
That's not the goal. The goal is not to make people cry.
No, it doesn't
You're doing
have
that
to
shit on
be.
your own. Take some fucking accountability.
It doesn't have to be.
My
like,
goal is never to make anybody cry. That's a completely ridiculous, ludicrous fucking accusation. You continue your bullshit. I was perfectly polite there and I said, if you need to take a break, take a break. But you double down on your fucking bullshit accusations. Never is it ever the goal to make somebody cry. Never ever. That's on you. That's on you. Don't put that shit on me.
I think you
I'm gonna
should just give her a
hug
minute.
regardless, okay?
Keep going.
She can say that I'm trying to make people cry, but I defend myself and I'm the bad guy for...
I mean, yeah, defend yourself, but give her a minute. You know.
I literally said, go take a break, and I was about to get into it, and then
Was it my questions?
there's an idea of instigation here, I guess. So, anyways, I was literally trying to move it on.
Wait, I want to say the like World War II, World War I questions are not to make you guys feel stupid. It's just fun and a change of pace. Like it's just lighthearted because Brian's not here. I'm not a debater by any means, and it's just fun. Like
I think she felt it was a gotcha.
It's
I
not.
think
We do it every single
that's-
show.
I know, I've seen
And-
it. I think she
yeah.
just felt like that.
No, I mean-
and needed a break.
those are just the questions that I typically
Yeah.
ask because I'm not a debater.
That's fair.
You know what's actually kind of funny about this? If she didn't say, like the chair 4, if she didn't say anything, and I was just like, yeah, take a break, go on the balcony, whatever. She actually made it worse. Because it's kind of like, I don't know, affirming the, I don't know. Like, should have just honestly, just let her go on the balcony. Can I go? Anyways, whatever.
A message from the government of Canada.
Pasty George donated $200.04. Brian is correct. As soon as he left the table, she went off to trash talk his show while in the company of other women. Sisterhood bull poop.
I don't know.
Also true.
I mean, technically, that's exactly what happened. Pasty George never misses.
A message from the government of Canada.
Pasty George donated $200.04. Hey Brian, if some panelists feel tired, should I do a coffee pop to help stimulate their minds and improve their focus?
We have energy drinks.
We don't like require somebody to send in like a pop. Like we just have energy drinks back there for the guests. We've had that for a super long time. Most people just opt to not have the energy drinks, I guess. But yeah.
A message from the government of Canada.
Pasty George donated $200.04. Chair 1 running away from Brian's simple questions is what feminists do. They always run away when their viewpoints and positions are challenged. Then the sisterhood jumps in to ruin the day.
I mean, I just don't understand why that was so escalated. She brought up the criticism, you came back and you asked about it, and I feel like it just got really out of hand, and I don't understand why.
Well, I think there's a tendency sometimes, if you feel like you're on the back foot, like if you've said something and you're not really prepared to defend it, you're going to resort to my feelings. So I think that's what happened there. Hold on. We have a super chat here from Pelagic.